I took a day off yesterday to make my birthday outfit. Stay to the end and I'll show you everything about it. I just taped the end segment first. So I'm glad I took the day off though, because ThornbridgeX Unfiltered was able to do their video. They were able to present their video. I wonder where they got that name from. I thought it could be their last name, but then I heard the brother-in-law say something about Horowitz. Is their last name Horowitz? I might have that wrong. Anyways, they did their video. They brought on Patriot Pride. I think Jen brought on Patriot Pride because she was very nervous about putting out this video. I get it. I wouldn't mess around with the cartel either. So in a nutshell, they presented an interview that they did. At first they did an interview with some dude, and then the dude introduced them to the lady that, you know, that the people that are searching in Mexico and they're finding all these graves and unalived people and stuff, right? Most of them are unalived by the cartel. I guess they used to belong to one big group where the ladies came to Arizona and they were searching and then they went back, right? They call them mothers or something. But they split up. But according to Jen, these are legit people, and I do believe the lady is legit. I believe she's legit getting these tips from this one guy that keeps calling, saying that, you know, somebody from America paid them to dispose of the body. But I don't know that I believe that it is Miss Nancy that's in the grave. The one thing I took issue with is the translator when the lady said the guy told the searcher lady that the person that they got rid of was, and they didn't do the unaliving, they just disposed of the body supposedly, was wearing pantalones, and translated into English that means pants. And I don't know if it's the searcher lady or the translator person for Thornbridge that said jeans. I'm like, jeans? Miss Nancy wasn't wearing no jeans. And then they clarified that, and then Thornbridge, Jen, told them, no, they said she was in pajamas. And so I don't think I like that she gave that information, because then they said, yeah, it's pajama pants. I'm like, I don't think the searcher lady is lying, okay? I don't think she's lying. What else? They said that she had on slippers, and they dropped one of the slippers on the way like Cinderella to the burial. And I'm like, Savannah said she was bare feet. I feel like Savannah knows this to be fact, because I remember I was questioning, how would she know if she's bare feet? How would she know how many shoes Miss Nancy has? Has, because I still think she's alive. I have very little shoes, and my family wouldn't know if any of them were missing or not, or if all of them were there. So, I already split it, right? I already cut the deck. So, I don't know that I believe the dude that's calling in the tip, but he said he feels bad because why would somebody do this to an old lady? And I know that the mob back in the day, they have standards where they don't go into church, they don't mess with priests, they don't mess with old people, you know, and the cartel is like the mob, right? So I don't know. So my first question is that tipster lying? Because I don't think the searcher lady is lying, right? I don't know that I would have done, well, I'm not a sleuther, so I would definitely not do any interviews like that with anybody. I can see why she was nervous to put it out, you know, Jen and them. But Jen is really passionate about it. And even though she doesn't know if it's true that they did this, she called in the tip to the FBI. Kudos to her, because I probably wouldn't. But I'm chicken, so I'm pollo. This is what we don't see coming. All right? So is this guy lying or telling the truth? Knight of Cups, you know, I gave this card to Tommaso. So who would have paid him? Who would have paid him? Giving and receiving help. So did you think he was giving help? He received money for it. Here comes this addiction card again, temptation, addiction, right? And then the Hierophant, which is the government. I don't think the government put Miss Nancy body over there, but I feel like they would not want to search over there because they don't want an international thing between the US and Mexico. So if that's true and that's Miss Nancy in that grave, we'll never know. Unless those ladies go and dig it up, we'll never know. Because this government will hide it. They cover up everything. The King of Wands, visionary. This is Cameron. And I'm going to say the guy that's giving the tip is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like there's some type of addiction going on with the dude, right? Not to say that he's lying. And if he did anything to help anybody in America dispose of an old lady body, he thought he was helping. And even if Cameron is guilty of anything, which I don't think Cameron is, I think he's guilty of protecting his mom. Like if they found her like I thought, she has her under protection. I don't think he would dispose of the mom like that. Nah. I don't know that I believe the guy. I think there's somebody buried over there, an old lady, but I don't necessarily know that it's Miss Nancy. So I'm gonna say perhaps he's not lying, but I don't think that person's Miss Nancy. And not because I want her to be alive. You guys know I'm tempering my feelings on this, because it's not just the cards why I think Miss Nancy's alive. It's because of the way the family is acting. Like Jen kept saying, why do they not want to look? Do they already know where she is? And I'm like, yes, Jen. I'm screaming at the TV. Yes, Jen, they know where she is. And they know she's not in any grave anywhere. That's why they're not digging up nothing for her. You know, I'm getting passionate like Jen. Because my son is always in the kitchen when I'm watching these people in the evening. He goes, tell them, mommy. Tell them, Miss Nancy alive. Tell them. So I'm not going to ask if the FBI is going to look into this, because they already treated her like crap. I'm not calling it nothing. When we used to go ride on our bike trail, one day we went by and we saw a fresh new grave. And it was kind of biggish. And there was a little short lady. She probably was no more than 4'11", that used to be a homeless, drug addicted person out there, an old lady, Mexican lady. And I got it in my head that it was her in that grave, because I hadn't seen her in a while. And I asked the regular people, because, you know, we talk to everybody. And they were like, oh, we haven't seen her in a long time, yada, yada. So I called it in. And the trail has like mile markers on the thing. So when I called it in, go, look at the lamppost in front of you and tell us the thing. And they came right away. The popo came right away. And the guy goes, I don't want to dig this, right? The cop goes, I don't want to dig this. So right before he got there was another homeless guy, a white guy. And I looked at him and I go, you know anything about this grave? And he goes, yeah, I dug it. I'm like, so who's in it? And he goes, 5 dogs. I'm like, so why are you burying 5 random dead dogs? And he goes, somebody pulled up with a pickup truck with them in the back of the truck and asked me to do it. I'm like, what the hell? And the cops still didn't dig up the grave, right? And it was hot. It was probably in August. And so we have a whole video on that on one of my pages. I have a lot of pages. So we still don't know who was in that grave, what was in that grave. But there was a shopping cart, you know, out there with a big tarp. And the guy said they loaded the dogs in the shopping cart, in a tarp or whatever, and then he buried the dogs. And so my husband wanted to go touch the tarp to see if something was. I said, don't touch it, don't leave no fingerprint nowhere. You black. I'm black too, but he looks black, right? I said, hell no. I could pass for Latin. I said, hell no. They never dug it up. I never saw that lady again. And I always wondered if it was her in that grave. And so I'm like, that's the last time I'm calling in a tip. The hell, they didn't treat me bad though. They didn't treat me like I had tinfoil hat on or anything like that. But they just didn't dig it up. And they just believed that crazy white boy saying that it was 5 dogs that he buried. So I'm assuming that if it's 5 dogs, that somebody, what are they doing over there? They're working on the house again, but I don't know what they're doing. That if it's 5 dogs, that somebody in town is fighting dogs to the death and they're disposing of them. Why else would somebody just show up with 5 random dogs? You know what I mean? So for the second question, I'm gonna ask, we're gonna switch it up. And I'm gonna ask if Alex is gonna be okay. I know a few of you don't like Alex here in my chat. You can defer. I don't know Alex. I just like him. And that's how I am. I always like the unwanted and the unloved. And shout out to my viewer from Queensland, Australia. You know, I had a friend, she passed away in 2021, I believe. I think it was 2021, right at the start of the pandemic. She passed away from bladder cancer though, not from COVID. And she would have been 60 this year. January 21st, she would have been 60. But she lived in Brisbane before for years, for like 14 to 17 years. And then she sold her house and moved to Queensland, lived there for 5 years before she passed. She flew in from Australia in 2016, October 2016, a few months after my mom passed, just to be here with me. She and her husband, Don and Marie, I used to call him Donnie and Marie. I don't have any contact with the husband because he doesn't have Facebook. I don't know how else to get in contact with him, you know. So they flew in. They went to work with us at our print shop. We had a bottle printing shop. My daughter had broke her ankle at the time and needed surgery, and so my husband and Don would take her to the college and wait outside for her to take a couple classes in the rain. They would wait outside in the rain, and they would wheel the wheelchair and pick her up and bring. And I'm like, you guys don't want to do fun things? You're in America. And they go, no. For the 4 days that we're spending with you, we want to immerse ourselves into your life. And my husband showed them how to cook the food firsthand instead of just them watching videos. And then they traveled America. They traveled into Mexico. And then they came back and spent 2 more days, and then they went home. God, I miss her. I miss her so much. All right, so is Alex going to be okay? Let's do tarot. Because Alex lost his Twitter. I don't know what he said again, why he lost his Twitter. People are mass reporting Alex, I personally believe. And my mind went on that one girl, Madhu, the one that he was trying to court, right? What he don't see coming. And I wonder, she's in some other country. I don't remember where, Brazil or something. And he had to cut her off completely because I guess he was throwing his line at her. And then she put the whole thing out there. And I'm like, if you don't want him to throw your line, just say, look, knock it off. I'm not into this. I just want to get into the sleuthing community, right? It seems like the other day he seemed like he was walking away from what no longer served him. Alex has a potential to do such great things. 4 of Cups, he's very much apathetic, bored, disconnected. Yeah, he's feeling defeated. And you might say, well, it's of his own doing. Well, that's what humans do. We hurt ourselves all the time. The Star. I like this one. Hope, healing, guidance, inspiration. He's getting inspired again, guys. JLR and them are checking up on him. Strength, courage, patience, inner power. I hear Ted is doing church. Yeah, I feel like Ted has issue with alcohol, and it would be those type of people that would do church. 2 of Wands, planning decisions, discover. He's making decisions as to what he's going to do, if he's going to make a change at his page. I told you about my friend that was just like Alex, and now he's not even in the country. He's not even on social media. Justice. He's going to get justice. I feel like his case might be thrown out. That makes me feel like his case might be thrown out. So the first 2 cards, he's not doing badly with these 2 cards. He's just, I get that way. I get burned out and like, this is not working. This social media career thing is not working. I quit. You know, and I quit for like a day. And then I'm back with a vengeance, right? I like these 2 cards. And he's on the side. Remember when we were talking yesterday about Thornbridge and I saw that she was still debating whether to bring the video or not? And I said she's going to go with her intuition and thing, and then she's going to bring it. We got that one right? Yay. Every time I get a little one right, I'm like, yay. And I'll never get cocky about getting it right because, 1, I'm learning. 2, I'm not a cocky person. So we read on Alex because he's involved with the Nancy case. What else do we want to ask? The third question. Patriot Pride is going to come on and try to like do some more sleuthing on what Jen found out. Let's ask this one question. I don't know if this is the gush, but let's ask if Jen is going to be okay. And for that, we're going to do Lenormand. I haven't assigned a card to Jen yet, so she's going to be the woman for Lenormand, right? Is she going to be okay? She said she didn't sleep for 3 nights. Girl, don't lose sleep off of this. Savannah and them are not. They're not, I mean, she's passionate. You could feel her passion. Girl, I wouldn't turn in no tip. But that's just me. I don't like the Cups to be at my door. I don't want to have to interact with them if I don't have to. When I had that stalker, I had to go interact with them like 3 times, and they were so nice. Over here, the cops in my town are very, very nice to us. And I think it's because of where I live. It's not that I live in a ritzy neighborhood, but I live in a neighborhood that actually votes. Rest of them people peripherally, they vote it when they want to. And you got that door open. Flies are going to go in. I hope you guys are seeing this. I made my son's birthday cake. He was here this morning. And I gave him his birthday gift. I got something from his Amazon wish list. Who am I looking for? The woman. And he was so happy with the gift. It was only $22, but he knows this time of the year I'm broke. I got my uncle, I got him, I got my auntie. I got everybody get a little bit of $15 or $20 gift, and they're so appreciative all the time. My aunt would have been happy if I made her a macrame bag or something, you know. My uncle is always cashola, cashola. Where is this upside down? We don't read no upside down. We don't read no reverse. The sun, yeah, illumination. She's shedding light on stuff. The ship. Is she gonna travel? Jen, she says she's up there in the Ozarks. Where's that located? Where's the Ozarks? Missouri? I don't know America. I've only lived here for 40-something years and I don't know the geography of America. She might take a trip. Here's Jen. She's gonna be publicly recognized. Maybe this thing that she presented here is gonna dig up somebody's grandma. And this is about chatter, news, internet. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna look up the birds. This is about gossip, communication, social media meetings. Their channel's gonna take off. They have 3,000 subscribers and barely started 3 weeks ago. Their channel's gonna take off. I speak that for her. I speak that for her. They're passionate about it. And their background looked like a green screen according to my son, but it's not. I saw their son walk behind them and a green screen would have reacted, right? So they seem like they have a really nice house. They said the house has a library. I've always wanted a house with a library and a big ladder to climb up and get the books. And I would keep all kind of books. I was an avid reader when I was younger. When I heard Alex say he's never read one book in his life, I was like, man, how sad. Reading opens you up, Lord. Wow, wow. Okay, so a lot of you said that Savannah wasn't talking to Derek Kalela. Well, I really should look up how to say that man's last name because there's a lot of L's in there, but I think it's Italiano, right? So they said, and remember when I pulled the addiction card, my mind went to him because he was addicted and, you know, he was high in court. But I said, how is she talking to him when he's in rehab? He can't see her on TV. They don't let them watch TV in rehab, right? So then I pulled some of the cards toward the end and I got that again. I got the Emperor, which is the sheriff, right? So I'm like, is it the sheriff she's talking to? So I'm like, nah, it's not him. I still don't think she's talking to her siblings. I feel like if Savannah is innocent, right? If Savannah is innocent, and I would say for the first 3 months I thought she was fully innocent, and then I started to have my doubts. So if she's innocent, she doesn't think her siblings did anything. She trusts them. Like I trust my siblings. I know, even though one of my brothers doesn't talk to me, the other one's talking to me now. I would know without the shadow of a doubt that they didn't do anything to harm mommy. I would know that. I think I would know that. So she don't believe they did anything. So we're gonna ask again, who the hell was Savannah talking to? Was she talking to an archetype? Like did the FBI give her, I hate when I'm squinting. Did the FBI give her the BAU, Behavioral Analysis Unit, did they give her like a description of what the person would be like or look like or their emotional state and stuff like that? And they say, go out there and say this and talk, because that definitely was a weird speech that she gave. I have the speech right here again. I have it right here open. I'm coming on today with a very specific message. It's been months since our mom has been taken from us. August 1st will make 6 months. A lot of people kept saying 7 months. No, it's 6. Our family. And then another, I think Momo, I call her Momo, MMO. She said that she made the announcement on the 27th when Nancy's birthday is the 27th. So she probably picked that date for significance. But Savannah's birthday is also on the 27th. Savannah is December 27th, like my daughter and like JLR. And Miss Nancy is January 20th. Isn't it like that? Isn't it like that in families where that date, the day will come up again? Like my nephew is September 22nd, but we had a grand aunt that was December 22nd. So that 22 kind of came back. I don't see the 14. I'm the only one with the 14 though. I haven't seen that come back, but I've seen some other dates kind of circle around in the family. Like, oh, like my nephew has my mom's birthday, March 24th. I was like, yay, yay. And I've seen 18 come through. My baby brother is the 18th of February. My son's the 18th of June. So I've seen that come through. So anyways, the rest of the thing says, our family's in agony. We're in a nightmare that will never end. Nothing about our situation has changed. What does that mean? Nothing about our situation has changed. Meaning they still haven't found the mom? Because I think they have the mom. I'm gonna die on that hill thinking that Miss Nancy was in that chopper. If she died shortly after that, I don't know, but I think she was on that chopper that they flew to that hospital, an 84-year-old victim in the desert. It can't be a coincidence. We have done our part. What part? What has she done? They haven't searched. As far as we know, they didn't pay the money. A lot of people say, oh, they might have paid the ransom, they might have paid the ransom, yada, yada, yada. And TMZ might have known that, yet they didn't do nothing. And we will never stop looking for her. You're not looking. You over there in England doing Wordle. Cameron, God knows where he is. Maybe he's in Witzig with the mom. No, he wouldn't go into Witzig. He knows Witzig is hard. He has her. In my opinion. I see some of you put in the IMO. You guys are smart. Because they'll go in creators' chats and see who's putting out these wild conspiracy theories. And they'll probably get you off of my page. Because I'll let you know. These cards are for entertainment purposes only. And my theories are my opinion only. And they're not facts. And they're not meant to say that they're facts. You know, they're not meant to be facts. And so she says, we will always ache for her and feel that hole in our heart. And then she sighed a big sigh. The world can be a cruel and unforgiving place. Well, we know that, right? She's always liking herself to the struggle at Jesus. And I know that you have tried to do things the right way. Who? Who has tried to do things the right way? How does she know this person? So I'm asking you, begging you to do the right thing now. Make the right choice. Help us find her. Tell us where to look for her. Well, the lady down in Mexico said the man is giving her tips about the burnt out tree roots and the slipper, the glass slipper that got, dropped. I truly believe it is never too late to do the right thing. I believe that. I believe that. She's pleading and pleading to the person, because they're saying that this woman that wrote the second note, everybody's saying it's a woman. This woman that wrote the second note was probably the person that took care of Miss Nancy, if she was truly kidnapped. And I'm saying, yes, she was abducted. Not kidnapped, but abducted, meaning they removed her from her house, or maybe they removed her even before she went back home. Who knows? And they had her somewhere, keeping her. They had her in a safe place. Why did I get that whole picture in my brain of this basement with them giving her Cheerios? You know what I mean? So they had her safe somewhere. Now, if she died after that, I don't know. But because I still think she was the one that was dropped off on day 10 in Rio Rico. Why Rio Rico, of all places, where they detained Carlos Penazuela? Okay, let me put on my tinfoil hat right here. I never trusted Carlos Penazuela's story. I trusted him. It's his mother-in-law that I didn't trust. She came out and she was acting too verklempt. She was like, ¿Cómo se llama la mujer? Like, what's the name of the woman? Asking some friend off to the side. Girl, she was in the news. Your son-in-law got detained for something to do with this lady that's in the news, and you don't remember her name? I remember your son-in-law's name, Carlos Penazuelas, right? He lives in Rio Rico. He delivers for, I don't think he just works for Amazon per se. I think he delivers for a lot of things. And he's delivered to her before. I don't know that he has anything to do with it, but the FBI and them just don't detain people all willy-nilly. They must have had something on him, right? And then this old lady shows up in Rio Rico. And there was a psychic that used to call in the JLR a man. And he was like, he got a lot of things right. So I believe he's legit. And he saw the RR and he thought it was railroad. And when he came up Rio Rico, he says, oh my God. And that's when they detained Carlos, right? His mother-in-law is the one that made me doubt him. I didn't doubt him per se. I didn't pick up a vibe off of him. But the mother-in-law, I don't trust her. Help us bring the situation to an end. For all of us, no matter where we've been or what we've done, I believe there's always a way home. Why did she say a way home? Does she think it's family then? I didn't understand that part. Why a way home? Why a way home? So we're going to ask for the gush. Does Savannah know who the hell she was talking to? We asked the last time, was she speaking to somebody specific? But we're going to ask now, does she know who she was talking to? And let me hurry because I don't even know how the battery is, because I taped that long segment about my dress. Stay to the end. You're going to see my frock. It's not really a dress. It's a skirt and blouse. Oh, my mom made this for me back in 1990. Probably 1992. My son was born in 1991, and she made a whole wardrobe for me right after he was born, when I was losing weight and stuff. So I know this is probably from 1992. She even has her little tag inside of it. All right, this is what we don't see coming. And even though I turn it up, I don't really ever look at it. The world. Okay, this is about completion, fulfillment, travel. Seven of Swords, deception, fraud, sneakiness. Is somebody deceptive? Well, they took her mom. Resilience, persistence, boundaries, wary. Okay. Temperance, balance, moderation, harmony, peace. I'm thinking that the FBI told her to go do that video. And Brian Enton, I was talking about him earlier. He run back down to Tucson and he got rejected. The sheriff don't even want to talk to him. This is the FBI. They told her to make this video. Oh shit. Was she talking to Tommy? For you guys that are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. And I've seen card readers assign different cards to different people when they're reading on a topic. And I assigned this card to Tommaso a long time ago because I feel like, I don't know the man, but I feel like he's romantic, charming, imaginative, and artistic. I've seen videos with his students around him and they tend to love him. They seem to love him. I really hope Tommaso didn't do this for a lot of reasons. One, he's going to get deported after he's tried and convicted, after he serves time. Two, Annie's going to fall apart if she didn't have anything to do with it and he did. Three, it's going to break that family apart. I wish that the family is not involved. Although I think that some of them are, but I wish that they're not involved. You know what I mean? So I'm going to cut away right now because this was the gush. I'm going to cut away and show you my dress. But before I do that, I want to take this top off and show you my mom's tag in it. And she put this applique because I said, I want something. But I feel royal. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to take this as a necklace from, she gave me the whole thing. The necklace, the earrings, and the ring. The ring's kind of too big for this finger. I might have to go on this finger over here. But this is the last gift I got from my mom before she passed away 10 years ago. And what she wanted to give me the year that I turned 50, the year that she passed, was a big party. And we're having a party for my 60th. Oh, I can't get it off. I can't feel a little hooky thing. We're having a party for my 60th. Did it break? Oh, goodness. I can't find, okay. I mean, I'm touching. Okay, there we go. There we go. I guess it's too small. I don't know if this is peridot, my birthstone, or if this is emerald. I think it's more emerald, right? What do you guys say? Super green. I remember I was messing around with stuff and I told you guys trying to make one of these necklaces into a pendulum because I don't want to buy a pendulum because I don't want to, like, I don't think I'm going to add that part to my show, like pendulum reading. Can you guys see this? Go away, fly. Go find your mama. Okay, so we said circle was yes on the last chain. So that's doing a circle. So it's showing me yes. Stop. Let's see if it'll obey my command and stop on its own. Holy crap. And then either back and forth or side to side is no. Show me no. Oh my God. I'm not touching this stuff. I'm not moving. I'm not moving my arm. Okay, so let's ask a question. Do I have a birthday coming up soon? Small little circle. Okay, let me rest my arm again. Okay, I moved on that one. But nevertheless, it said yes, but I moved. What else? Is Joe my husband? Yeah, that's a circle. Stop. Stop. It's trying to stop. It's like a ceiling fan when you turn it off. Okay. Let's ask one so we could get a no. Is it my son's birthday today? July 29th? No, that's not a good one because it is his birthday today. So if it said no, it would be a lie. I need a no correct answer. Is it raining right now? Okay, we're getting a slight no, back and forth, back and forth. So let's ask a big one. Is Miss Nancy truly missing? That's one of them that my husband wanted me to ask, you know. We'll ask Lenormand. I'm glad you stayed long. I didn't show the dress yet. Is Miss Nancy truly missing? Holy crap, it says no. Made especially for you by Rosalie McNabb. My mama. Look at the workmanship in here. Look at these big beautiful seams and this dark thingy here, and she serged it. I need a serger. So here's the outfit, guys. It's 2 pieces, a blouse and a skirt. Oop, there goes the hanger. You guys saw the pattern before when I showed you the fabric, right? So I did off the shoulder again. Why? Because I feel like I look good in them, and because I like to wear cotton and don't want to put in zips, and I definitely don't know how to do buttonholes. I have to go with off the shoulder stuff, right? So I did a little bit different here at the shoulder. Normally the elastic is right here at the top, but this time I put a channel like you would have for a curtain that would go on a curtain rod. So now up here it has a little frilly foo-fa ha-ha thing up here, a little ruffle. And then instead of just making the sleeves come and just stop right here like all my off the shoulder stuff you've seen me in so far, I did like a little small lantern sleeve. I say small because it's not super poofy, right? It fits me loose, but it's not like baggy. So we just put an elastic there, which was something new for my husband to do, to sew that elastic like that across. You guys know I don't sew. I just watch YouTube videos and I follow what they say to do, and I use my own clothes like tank tops and stuff or t-shirts to make the body part, right? So this is the blouse, right? And it goes past my navel, the length of it. So I'm glad I put a little ruffle thing up here, but I don't know that I want to do that again. That was a nightmare, especially going around these sleeve corners. Oh Lord, we had to rip out several times and re-sew. Now look at the skirt. It's not really what's the skirt called again? It's not a half circle, it's not a pencil. A-line. I think this is called A-line. A-line skirt. One of my viewers from my cooking page, she and her sister, they're twins, they made the pattern for me. They asked me, measure your waist, your hip, and blah blah blah, and we'll make you a pattern, and they did. And now the one that's my friend, she's had a stroke. Like for the past few years, she's incapacitated mentally, physically, everything, right? So I'm so grateful when I can use her pattern. So I put the band on, but normally I will sew the band on, put the zip all the way up here, and just let this band part open up, and that's it. That's all I've been able to do. But this time I was adamant that I wanted to put the zipper up underneath the band to let it be enclosed like that, right? And so I watched, Lord, probably 35 videos the first day, went to bed frustrated and upset, and then yesterday morning when I woke up, YouTube put it in my feed, because my husband's like, YouTube will put what you need in your feed, because I kept asking the question different way. And so this lady in England put the videos up in 2013, 5 videos, 1 2 3 4, part 1 2 3 4 5, and she showed you how to cut the skirt, how to put the zip in, and how to make the band. And I knew how to make the band, I knew how to interface it and sew it and everything, and then how to attach it so that the zip would be like this. Now we cut it too close, because I'm like, okay, just right there, right? We had more length, but we cut it too close, so now I really can't put a button. So I'm doing these hook and eyes, but I hate them. I absolutely abhor them. I'm gonna take them off today, and I'm gonna I found 2 little buttons. You know, my mom was a brilliant dressmaker slash seamstress. I found out there's a difference between just being a seamstress and a dressmaker. My mom was a dressmaker because she could design things, right? And she could just look at something somebody was wearing and go home and make it. Remember one time Erica from General Hospital, I don't even watch that show, but she was on in a preview or something, and I wanted to see if I could find a button. She had on this beautiful outfit. Man, I loved it, and I asked my mom to make it for me, and she just looked at the TV and she made the thing for me. Okay, I found the button. I threw it in a pocket in this bag. So I found a little bitty baby button, 2 of them. I think I might need 2. And I'm gonna go watch videos first on how to hand make buttonholes, because my husband don't know how to do it on the machine. I'm gonna put 2 little buttons like that. You see it? That's gonna be cute. That's gonna really make it pop. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have studs too that you could press on, but I don't want to do press studs. The guys came. The guys came to do the house next door. I was trying to rush out here to do this, guys, because it's nice and cool and it's not too bright yet. But my son came over. It's his birthday today. So 35 years ago on this day, I gave birth to my second child, my baby boy Jory.